I'm Milan Garcon. Some may know me as Eddie Jerome Jones with an X on the end. I work with Slate TV. I'm a digital reporter, and we are bringing you the legendary breakdown. Now, I hope everybody watched the season 1 premiere of Legendary Max on HBO Max. You got to download the app. Right now, the app is on sale, so make sure you get into it. The first 2 episodes have already dropped. So bringing us this show tonight, we have first WFH Virtual Events, and they are a virtual event series created to mobilize resources for entrepreneurs, freelancers, and students and help them survive the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. So this right here is for us, by us. And then we also have Slate TV, which is now Slate Media House. Slate Media House is a media company designed to impact, uplift, and empower Black LGBTQ+ community with various verticals such Slate TV, Slate Studio is also a full-service video production company, and Slate Agency, which we call Slategency, is a strategic creative market. So that's our little spiel. That's who's bringing us to show today. Now, I am lucky and so excited to introduce the legendary mother, Eyricka Lanvin. How are you tonight? It may have you on mute. Let's see. Yeah, unmute yourself.
Okay,
there you go.
I'm good. I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to learn this virtual thing, honey.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, we would normally be sitting in front of each other here right now.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
But I'm learning.
Okay, but we're here, so that's all that matters, right?
Yes.
So then I also have the legendary father, James West. What's good?
What's good?
In the building.
I'm up in here, you know.
It's cute, it's lit. So how are you all feeling with the premiere happening today and everybody watching and talking about it? What have y'all heard? How are your feelings? Seeing yourself, like the cuts that made the cut on episode 1 and 2? What's the thing?
Well, I'm excited because, you know, I'm getting a lot of good feedback. The people is loving it. Like, I stepped out of my element, so I was a little nervous at first for people to even see what I gave, but people are loving it, so I'm here for it.
Harry, when I tell you, when you came out, you gave me something that I didn't expect from you. Everybody know you got it in you, but for you to come out and do it competitively and carry the way you did, you said, boom, boom.
Honey, that was a total different girl on that stage, baby.
What did that feel like?
You ate it, please.
Huh?
What did that feel like?
Well, at first, during rehearsals, I used to, I was doubting myself. I was like, listen, this is not what I do. I'm a beauty girl. Dress me up, put me in some nice garments, and I'm going to sell that. But me getting out there cutting up, I can't do it. But baby, I got up on that stage and I got lost, honey.
That's what it gave. It gave lost. Like, you didn't know what was happening the whole way through.
Yes.
James, how was it for you in the West coming out on that main stage, the first episode, representing your house, showing them the way the West do it, the West way?
So it felt really good. It was like an exciting moment, I think, for me because I know that one of our biggest barriers as a house is the fact that we're so spread apart. Like, even as a performance house, we're still spread apart. But the fact that we were able to practice together every day and be right there together every day. Like, I was so hungry for the stage. Like, I was so hungry because we never needed to do that. And like the assistance that came along with it was like extremely helpful. So like I was so hungry to get it over with. Like the first thing I said, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy this is over with." Like, and I was so happy with the results. Like, I really would not have changed anything about it. I loved it. I felt like it was a great experience.
Word. So on today's premiere, they premiered 2 episodes, right? Now I want to know what made you say, my house would be great for this competition show, or I want to enter this competition show? What made you say, yes, I want to do this and I want my house to be represented on the show?
For me, with the 5 people that was, with the other 4 people that was chosen, we had a great connection. That's number 1. We, our chemistry with each other was amazing. I'm like Carlos, Pack Rat, Zay Zay, and Michaela. They all 4 is like professionals. Like, that's what they do. I was stepping into a new lane. So with them working with me, even before we got to the show, like we was on calls often, setting up things that we wanted to do. We were getting to know each other better and more because we was going to be spending that time together. Right. So with those 4 people being chosen and then them putting me on board because they were on board first. They put me on board. I mean, it created the perfect team. And I knew it was going to be like on the money from there.
Okay. And James, how was it for the West? How did y'all come together and say, you know, this is going to be our group and we're deciding to enter this competition?
So, well, we didn't know actually, like, I didn't know until about a couple weeks before who exactly was chosen for the show. But because my house is such a close-knit family, I wasn't really worried about the chemistry of the show. And I was just more so worried about how to navigate through categories and stuff like that. For us specifically, I was so excited and I felt like we would be so good for this show because my house is full of energy and it's like youthful energy. But it's like they're younger and they're more mature and I love that and I feel like that's something that people need to see. I feel like a lot of ways TV in general with the LGBT community and also with ballroom, people have these thoughts about what we are and who we are, and I feel like them seeing us on TV or any platform where people don't know much about ballroom, they get to see the real side of ballroom and the funner sides of ballroom that people don't get to see or talk about very much.
So with this being on a mainstream platform, being on the main stage for the whole world to see, what do you hope people that may not know about ballroom, what do you hope they get from this show? What do you hope that they learn to take away from the show? And Eyricka, I'm gonna ask you another question that's kind of like this one, but this one is for James since you kind of already led us here. What do you want people that aren't in the ballroom community or really don't know anything about the scene, what do you want them to take away from the show?
So I want them to, at this point, I definitely want people to take away from the show that ballroom family is real. People can work together in ballroom. Ballroom is not all about drama. And even with it being a competition, we were still able to get along. We loved each other. We was embracing one another. I've never in my life been in a situation where I was competing against people who were sad about my downfall on the show. That really felt good to be around because we don't get that very much. And I feel like when people see ballroom, they see nothing but negative energy, or they talk about the negative energy, so they don't get that side of people. So to see the reactions on the show of people oh my God, I'm about to piss on myself. Oh my God, I don't want to see this happen. That kind of stuff matters to me because we only talk about what negatively happens in ballroom. We don't get to see the side of people that's I don't want to see them grow. I want to see everybody win. So I definitely want from people to take that the people that don't know about ballroom to take from this that ballroom have a lot of genuine people and people that want to see other people eat and win or just make it far. That's the number one thing I want people to take because people think ballroom is so negative and it's not. It's really not.
Right. And Eyricka, I want to ask you, what do you want people in the scene? What do you want people that, currently walk, currently spectate, are into what's going on? They know what's really going on in the scene right now in balls that are happening, we're on the quarantine right now. So there's no balls happening. But when things are up and happening, what do you want our community to take away from this show?
Well, our community, I want them to see that we are here. We have arrived. It's time for us. Lately we have been stepping into the mainstream, but I want them to see the family aspect of it because you see the one person or the two people out in the mainstream showing ballroom, but now they see what really goes on behind the scene, how we prepare, how we get things right, how we are family. And I want the people in the ballroom to see that we're here. And let's just take this and run with it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I saw when I saw the show. It really said, one, I'm like, oh my God, I want my house to get this experience. As I'm sure a lot of people watching, we're going to have multiple seasons to come. So, other people get to experience that. But being somebody that's in the scene and looking at it, it's wow, this is happening and this is so deserved, I think. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of things look new when we're put in certain spaces, but we created that culture for Hollywood to exist. You know what I'm saying? So finally we are getting our just due in that space, which is so fast.
Definitely.
You spoke on what it was like preparing for the categories in the show, and how, you know, we prepare for categories in the ballroom scene. How was that different? Like, how was it different preparing for a category on the legendary HBO Max show versus you getting ready for a latex ball?
It was different to me because, see, we had a team there. We had a wardrobe. I mean, but some people in ballroom have teams as well. But there we had someone that was waiting on us, hand and feet. Like, they were getting our effects together, our music together. We had practice spaces, and well, it was long nights of practice, baby. Long nights of practice, to the point where I was like, baby, I can't do any more practicing. I'll freestyle. I'm not the choreography type of girl. I'm gonna come out there and freestyle. But it was great because we had people waiting on us, hand and feet.
I heard, so, you know, I do a lot of snooping. I love pop culture. I love everything about our scene. I love everything that goes down on the internet, no shade. So I keep up with everything that's going on. And during production, I kind of saw certain people that I thought maybe on the show, but I also did come to a few audience viewings, so I could see who was there. But I saw from some of your house children that you had them in practice, like starting at like 10, wasn't it like 10 till like 3? I saw a post like.
Yeah, one that was that I think that was ball number 4, 5. We went to practice at 10 o'clock at night. We didn't leave practice until 6 because I said, listen, we are going to get this choreography right. Like, we're going to do this. So we was there from 10 to 6 and then had a wake-up call, a call time for 9. So we was running on no sleep, no energy, but we was there for a purpose.
Y'all played it.
Yeah.
It was cool. So, you know, we're going to get into each episode and like break down how that was, the judging and everything. But before we get on to that, what do you all, like, what effects do you think that this shows like this and this show will have on ballroom, if any?
So I think that a lot of, based off what I've seen today, I feel like the effect that it's going to have on ballroom is that ballroom is going to always, no matter whether it's mainstream or not, they're going to want to somewhat separate like people who are not as familiar with ballroom. They're not going to want them around judging us and stuff like that because of like the things that was said and like the ways that people were kind of like, you know, for example, I think La Roche was there for fashion, but they felt like he was judging way more than fashion, but he didn't know what he was judging. That's not, I don't feel that way. I feel like as a judge, he was there like probably more for fashion than anything, but also to give his opinion about a lot of other stuff. But I think that the impact is going to be good for ballroom because it'll like start slowly but surely. Like, we're guinea pigs right now, honestly. We're kind of like paving the way for like ballroom to come into mainstream, and at some point it'll get to the point where we have it. They have it down pat. They have it down pat, so that they know how to like handle us, and they know what looks more authentic and who should be in what place and stuff like that. So I think in the long run it'll be good, but right now it's going to be a tad bit rough.
Yes. James said it.
No. So
definitely.
Before we get into the episodes, I have like a little fun game. It's like a little surprise game that we're gonna do. We're kind of gonna just briefly talk over the looks from episode 1 because it was Bring It as your house presentation. What do you want the world and the judges to get from your house when it comes to fashion and your look? So it was a performance category, so you had to kind of be able to move and stuff. But we have like a little slideshow, and we'll just briefly go over all of the looks. We won't judge them, but there will be an open poll for anyone that's watching in the Zoom. You can go in the chat and answer which house you like the most. And at the end of the episode, we'll say which is the top slay of the week. So this game is slay or nay. So we don't have to slay or nay it. We just kind of, you know, talk about the looks, you know. We won't let us do all of that. So we are getting ready to do this now. All right. So slay or nay with Milan Garthon. So we are about to start our little game here. So if you are watching, feel free to vote on which house look was your favorite. Let's go. So first is the House of Ebony. I love this look. I feel like I understood it as soon as it came out on the floor. It gave me ghetto fab. It gave me like these are the looks that you see in the hood when you go to a cookout, a block party, or even like if it's fall time, winter time, you know, every girl got the coat with the fur on it. Very neat. So how did y'all feel about this look?
Well, me, I did not like the look. I actually told them I wasn't happy with this look because I think it was a little all over the place. That first episode was calling for us to show who our houses is. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that showed who they, well, I mean, I can't say that didn't show who they were, because maybe that is who they are. But for me, I would not have went with that look.
Okay.
I'm so mad. I'm trying to get my screen back to like how it was. Somebody FaceTime me and now I just see us on the side.
I think
whatever. I seen the picture. So right. I didn't like the looks. I feel like, though I do feel like it showed who the House of Ebony was, I feel like it showed who the House of Ebony was at its lowest peak, if that makes sense. I feel like they could have done better with like how they presented it. It looked like Eyricka said, it looked really all over the place. I feel like they could have did better with the presentation of it and still have been very Ebony about the situation.
Okay, so we got that one. I think I got it. Would I have put it together this way? No, but I got it. You know what I mean? So let's move on. Now we have the House of Saint Laurent. How did you all feel about this look? I live for a color block monochrome situation, so
why can't I see it? I see you now, but I can't see like the picture.
Oh man, you may have to find it and click.
Oh, I got it. Got it.
Got it. So yeah, how did you all feel about this look?
I feel like it was cute, very classic. Straight to the point, like Michelle said, they are boutique house. It looks very boutique-like.
Mm-hmm. Eyricka, how did you feel? Did we lose Eyricka? We may have. Let's give her a second. Let's see. I love this look though. I think the colors that they put together, using all of like the little off colors of the primary colors, so some of them are primary colors, is really cute. I think where they lost me a little bit was something like the fitting of some of the garments. I wish, because it's such a tailored look. If it was tailored just a little bit more, it would have gave like a. But yeah. So you all can see the poll up now. Work. So let's go on to the next house. There we go. So the gorgeous House of Gucci. I like this look. I feel like it was very timely. I don't know if we knew. Did we get Eyricka back? Eyricka? No? Okay. So the gorgeous House of Gucci, I think we're back.
Yes, I'm here.
Work, yes. So how did you feel about the Lanvin? I'm sorry. Eyricka Lanvin is the Saint Laurent.
The Saint Laurent, they look I loved.
Okay.
I love the look. They did their thing with that look. Mm-hmm. That was one of my favorites.
Okay, so it was a slag. Word. Yeah. Now the gorgeous House of Gucci. I feel a few ways about this. I got it. Of course, it's giving me Hollywood glam, and I think it was timely because I don't think anybody knew that the show Hollywood on Netflix was going to blow up the way it did and make everybody do that one too. So that was a cute setup that they had there. But I love Dee Dee's look. I don't know if I'm sold on the tuxedo. How do you all feel?
So for me, I feel like I don't. So is this did this look follow a theme of a movie or something?
I think that, Gorgeous House.
I think they were going for like the Diamonds Are Girls' Best Friend thing.
Okay, so no, I didn't like their looks. For some reason when I look at their looks, I thought of like Princess from Mario, but I didn't know what the tuxedos was about, so I was kind of confused. I feel like they played it safe. I think they looked good, but it just didn't make sense. So it wasn't cohesive to what was going on. But I think they all look good separately.
Right.
For me, it was not really a statement look to introduce your house on the first episode of a series that's being televised. It was not show-stopping to me. It's a nay.
So it's a nay. Okay, it's a nay. All right, now the House of Ninja. How do we feel about the ninjas' looks? I love the ninjas. I feel like it was cohesive, but I also feel like this was a little on the costuming side, but also they wanted to bring what the House of Ninja is, very international, so they put it in our face, so I can give them that. But I wish it would have been a bit more fashion.
I can agree with you on it. It could have been a bit more fashion, but it was them. If you get what I'm saying, it was most definitely them. I was here for it.
Yeah.
So it's a nay for me. I think they played it really safe. I don't think that they look bad or anything, but I feel like with the budgets and stuff like that, there's no reason why this couldn't have been like 2.0 Ninja versus just basic Ninja.
If I have a budget, baby.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
What?
Like that's what took a lot of points away for a lot of people for me. The fact that we had a budget and people didn't take it 2.0.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we're like, it's like a slina. You know, it's kind of like it's them, but
yeah, that. Yeah, it's like a
step further with a budget. You know. So now we have the House of West. I live for this look. It gives me everything I need. It gives me House of West. Like when I see y'all on the floor in ballroom, this is what y'all give me. Y'all, no shade, y'all give me a little more on the floor. Cause I be gagging at the balls when I see when y'all come out for runway. Y'all know that's my category. I just be like, I want to walk in that effect like that. I want to look like that. And I feel like y'all on the floor. Y'all always do a very full cover, completely concealed vibe, and I got it, and it was beautiful. It was so many different colors, but everything, the plaid together.
Now, the House of West was my absolute favorite look. I told them when the first night I seen them put this look on, I said, "What, James? Here you go," because it was so. I didn't expect nothing different because I know what James can bring. Right. So that look right there was my favorite of the whole night.
It was legendary.
Yes.
Look,
I wanted one of those costumes, baby.
You kept saying that.
How did you feel about it, James, when everything came together, when you finally saw it, when you saw it on screen? Because sometimes things look a certain way in person, and then on camera, it can get diluted with the lights. How did you feel seeing it on the main stage? And like, wow.
So once they told us like to be us, I was like, bitch, we're going 2.0. We're not, you know what I'm saying? We like, it's time to go 2.0. So that means we're going to have to be a little like, we're going to have to take some sacrifices here. So like, we thought about the mask. We thought about the safety pins to hold my jacket together. Like we thought about those different things, and we was like, we need to make this everything, because to the point where we even went to our own designers, like our own personal designers in the House of West. We didn't go to the designers that did because we wanted to. And I felt like, yeah, I didn't want nobody else. The designers that was there, I didn't want them feeling like, oh, bitch, this is doing this and this is doing this. So let's make this do this too, so everybody can do. You know, I didn't want that. So I went to one of our personal designers, and I was when I tell you, when we talked about it and I got our looks when I was in the hotel room, I was like, this is what I came here for. I came here for this. So like, I was completely happy with it. Literally, usually I'm like, can you fix that? I was happy from the duel. When everybody got stuff on, I was like, this is what I need to see. Like every time we come on the floor, we're giving this. So I was so happy with that.
That was bad.
That's what I got. It made me excited to see what else the House of West had in store. All right, so this was an over slay. It's no shade.
Yes, most definitely.
All right, the House of Lanvin. Let's get into it. Red, this all red, baby. That's a hot color.
Now we chose the color red because we wanted to go for blood. We wanted them to know we are here and we are in this competition, baby, and we about to murder this competition. So that's why we went with the color red. The looks, we went back and forth with the looks a lot with the wardrobe team. At the end of the day, when we received the looks, we wasn't too happy, but once we got on the stage and the feedback we got, we took all of our comments back and our critiques back, and we was like, okay, maybe this was the best thing for us. But we weren't happy at first with the looks, honestly. But it did what it was supposed to do.
The look, when I saw the red, it gave rage. It gave like, we're fucking coming. Like, we're coming out here for you. And I think red is a hard color for people to pull off without it being too loud, like overpowering, like overbearing. But I feel like y'all almost made the color look graceful to me. Like on stage, it didn't look like it was too overpowering. It was like you all, and it's probably because you all's energy matched the color. It matched. It was just this seamless bottle of like drama that y'all just unleashed on us. I thought that was fab. And that was crazy because it was one of my questions on why did you all choose the color red? Because that's a very impactful color.
Yeah, it's a bold color.
Oh, okay.
So for me, when I first seen it, I was like, I expected more Lanvin. Like, you know, y'all a fashion house. And I was like, so here goes back to what I said before. Like, I felt like, why not 2.0? So everything that I seen, I was like, was this one of those things where like everybody went out and bought stuff and just, we was like, we don't have nothing else, let's just grab red? Or was this like well thought out? And if it was thought out, what was the plan behind it? This is a perfect example of it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And same for what you wear. When I first seen it, I was like, I don't know what they was going for, but I'm not really moved by this. When they got on the floor and I watched it, I was in the DJ booth when I watched that Eyricka. And I was like, I take it back. It was so it went from a neck and it was a neck at first and then went to a sleigh. So I was here for it afterwards. Like once they wore it, I was here.
Right. Eyricka, when you said that when you got the looks that you like, I know that you probably were the most unhappy because you're a fashion girl. So you're like, girl, what do we have to do with this? What were some things that you did, or what did you manipulate, or maybe ask some people to do something different? What did you do to really kind of bring the look to the way that you saw with what you had?
See, with that first look, what I did was I let the wardrobe team take complete control. Okay. I trusted them at first. I'm not coming for them or anything, but I trusted them. I was like, okay, they here. They chose them to be here to do this work, so maybe they're great. Once we got those looks back and we were all crying about the looks, I said, from here on out, throughout the rest of this competition, I'll do our looks. I'll take control over our looks. And we never had that problem again. Y'all see.
I can't wait to see. You know, we got to see a little bit more in episode 2, which we'll get into it. I was living. We'll get to that. So Law was brought in to judge fashion. So he needed to be able to read what your house gave from the time y'all hit the bat. So how did you feel about how the judges felt about your looks? And Law in specific, because he's there for fashion. So.
Well, see, I knew that Law was there for the fashion because I follow Law. I've been following Law for a long time. So I know he's a fashionista. Once I heard him say, now this is what I was waiting to see. I was like, okay, we did it. We did something because Law was fast. And once we got his critique, it was over. And then after he gave his critique, all the other judges followed up and said, we looked amazing. So, you know, we were happy.
Okay. James?
I was happy with like all the feedback. I feel like I paid attention to like how the judges looked at us afterwards because like in the moment I just wasn't there for that. But once I like was done, I was able to look at them and see how like, you know, there's moments where it kind of pauses and stuff like that. So I was like staring at them to see like if they was paying attention. They was like really getting in. So I was happy with just the facial expressions alone. I was like, really like.
But you said initially, like when you were standing there, it was given like, you know, you wasn't there for that. Wasn't there for what?
No, I wasn't there for like, I wasn't there for in the moment of me voting because I was like so focused on my performance. So I couldn't get the initial reaction like when they first seen us. But once I was done, I was able to look at them and be like, okay, they looking from head to toe. They looking at like details, all that different stuff. So I was like happy that I felt like they was looking to see if it was anything off and they was like still satisfied with it.
Got you. I thought you were saying like you wasn't here for like, I wasn't here for that when I was up there. But no, you were still in the zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Work out. So we have the House of BALMAIN. How did you all feel about this look? I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I see this a lot in ballroom. How do you all?
The House of BALMAIN, they look to me, it gave like sex shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't really think about it. They didn't really think about the look. It was just like, I don't know. I've seen it so many times. It didn't impress me.
Yeah.
So it was a slate for me. I think they played it really safe though. They played it really safe. First of all, I feel like black is just a no-go for certain stuff. When you introducing yourself, I feel like black to me is a last minute color because black can go wrong. A lot of people think you throw black together and it goes perfectly. Black can actually go wrong. It's a slate to me because I like the fact that they followed the Matrix theme and it looked really good. Like they was really on point with their presentation to it. So, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. I would just say for me, anything on TV, I mean, I know I'm on camera now and I'm wearing black, but I just try to stray away from black because I feel like it's easier to disappear or to blend in, especially when you have so many lights. When you're lighting things up, you can only light up black so much. So I think a color change may have turned this look completely different. But and you know, we still would have got the Matrix from it. We've all seen the Matrix. We know what it is.
That's what I mean when I say make things 2.0 because they could have did pink leather and still been Matrix.
You
So
know?
that's what I mean when I say 2.0. Like make it more without being typical.
So I think we'll go collective. Nah. All right, so the House of Escada, I think we may have lost Eyricka, but she'll probably be back in a sec. So how did you feel about work?
I'm
so how
here.
do you feel about the House of Okay.
The House of Escada?
Yes, House of Escada. I'm like a whole slide behind in my brain.
Oh, the House of Escada, it's a nay for me as well. They played that look very safe, like with the feathers and the lace cat suits. It was, I mean, it didn't impress me.
Yeah, it was an absolute no for me. From the time I seen it, I was like, what y'all thinking? Did y'all think at all? Like, I don't know. I'm just, here we go to back to black. So it was just like Eyricka said, lace cat suits and feathers. And it had no proper detail to make it more. Once again, lacking 2.0.
Yeah, I think the choosing the color black, again, they blended in. And it really didn't separate them from the House of BALMAIN that much either. Like when you just try to remember the different looks, it wasn't that big a separation. So I would say they kind of blended in for me as well. I think, yes, that is our last slide. So those were the looks from episode 1. So we're not going to do the looks for episode 2 because it was so many different categories. But I definitely want to get into the rest of episode 1. So you all did your performances. How much help did you have from the show's choreographer, which I'm sure not that much maybe with staging, but how did that work with the choreographer for the show?
Well, the choreographer for the show, they weren't able to give us any choreography. They weren't able to do that. What they were there for was to look over what we came up with and like tell us placement for the staging, like where you should start, where you should go off. They weren't able to like tell us anything about choreography.
Okay.
For us, yeah, they wasn't able to tell us anything about choreography, but they was able to like tell us, give us feedback on what we was doing. So it was more so like okay, we do this 8 count. I think that's cute, but it could be better. Or that's just simply not enough. You're standing there for too long. Like that type of thing. So I like that. I honestly was happy about that because I felt like it pushed us to go a little farther with our creativity. So I was completely happy with like just the yes and no's and then who it was coming from. So like coming from Courtney and Arturo and Tanisha, I felt like that was like really dope, and I trusted their opinions about like what was not enough and what was too much.
I thought everything was over. I felt like y'all killed it. Y'all were like, the Lanvins, West, and Ninjas. I just felt like y'all brought an energy to the floor. that it just set it off. It just made me say, yeah, like I know this house, I've seen this house, this is how they give it up. So it was tense for that. Now, before we move on and get into episode 2, I wanted to either way, let's go ahead and just get into episode 2. Episode 2 was 3 categories. I thought that was a lot. It started off with the hair. So I have to ask, James, what happened that Destiny's hair came off? Because it seemed like when y'all were practicing, and then I just remember where I wanted to go. When you all were getting ready for the hair challenge in episode 2, I know Wilma and a few others gave like, all right, bitch, like your wig can't come off. And Destiny was giving like, I'm focused on the wig's not gonna come off. And then it seemed like the wig came off like that in the performance. But, because I pay attention, Destiny said very loud and clearly, this wig should have never come off. So what happened? Like, did Destiny do her own hair? Like, what happened that the wig actually came off?
So I'll say that Destiny, along with like myself as a parent, has to take a lot of accountability in that. And the reason being is because when we got our effects done, we separated from Destiny and Will because they both needed to get hair and makeup, and none of us needed neither or. So we was able to like go this way while they went that way. And I feel like I lacked as a parent to like follow up to see if everything was going okay. So when I like walked to them and I was like, let me see what's going on. Okay, I need you to go get that fixed. I need you to get this cleaned up a little bit. But I never took the time out to say, hey, Destiny, let me see what you can do with your hair. Because I know even for myself, like I walk balls with wigs on, I played around with them. I always, before I go in the pool, I always play around with my hair to make sure it's not going to come off. It's literally my focus. So like I said, I take some accountability to the fact that I didn't say, hey, Destiny, go play around with your hair, because Destiny was so busy like trying to be cute with her ponytail, feeling it and stuff like that, that we never took the time out to actually make sure that it was not going to come off. Now, when Destiny said that, yeah, your hair should have never came off, but Destiny at the time was so upset that it happened that Destiny didn't want to take any accountability to say like, I didn't play around with my hair, or she had mentioned like, well, you know, he put bobby pins in my hair, and I'm like, well, why didn't you say something then? Like, you don't have hair, so if somebody's putting bobby pins in your hair, you know that's not secure. But I wasn't around for that either. But that's why I said I take my own accountability as a leader, and definitely has to take accountability as well. So it's completely really our fault for not actually like making sure that wig was secured ourselves. So that's why I've never like made a fuss about it. I just was more so like, why did it come off so fast? Like, because I feel like even with the times I've worn wigs, I know if it's tight, I know if it's loose. Like, how did your wig come off so easily? Like, did it not feel tight to you, or like, I don't know. So yeah, so we, you know, I will take that. We take that out for sure.
Okay, I'm a bit more comfortable knowing, you know, how it happened. It was truly a mistake, because I didn't know if it was given sabotage, because this should not have come off. And I know how it is when you know your wig is not going to come off and something happened again. All right. What happened? Yeah. So I think that was like a moment for me during the hair flipping category, because I feel like, you know, those that vogue and those that perform and they wear hair, they know how to give it up. So I feel like everybody really did a great job. I was salty that I couldn't see Destiny give it up with me with some hair and do hella black flips. Mm-hmm. But for the face category, I loved that category. Eyricka, you and that effect, it gave me Maleficent. It woke it up. What were you feeling? How did you come up with that look? How did you know that was going to slay? That was last battle, and if I was there, it was given. Lanvin, but I live for Maleficent, so I'm just a little biased. And I live for you.
Yeah.
But how did you come?
Okay, like when I walk face in the ballroom, I like to go for a more wicked beauty, you know, because it goes with my aura and my look. Not saying I'm a wicked girl, but I can pull that look off really well. So immediately when they said once upon a time, do a villain for the face category, I said Maleficent. I have to do Maleficent. And once we got the look together, it was on.
Yeah, it was
pop. It was most definitely on. And I didn't see myself picking anything other than Maleficent, because I knew I can embody that character.
Mm-hmm. You embodied it. You channeled. You gave that. And then I think the last battle was so lit because you and Christian, it was a good pairing. I felt like that last battle was something that I would possibly see in Ballroom, you know, for the cash. That was really nice. I enjoyed that. I truly did. Now, the runway. The Lanvin, that look, y'all ate that up. Y'all ate that look.
That was me. Now that look was me.
Okay.
I said, this is what we're gonna do. I had them sketch it out for me, and I knew that look was going to serve on the stage. I knew it was. I was not gonna let them take control over this time for this ball.
Okay. And how did you come up with that color scheme and that inspiration? Because it gave me very, you know, cha-cha.
we were actually trying to stick to we went off of the theme from Maleficent. If y'all remember the three little fairies that was in Maleficent, they had the little blue fairy, the green one, and the pink one. I said, okay, so y'all gonna walk right after me. So we're gonna act like y'all the fairies that was in Maleficent. So that's how we came up with that whole color scheme. So with the actual look, I did a lot of research. I was looking for a lot of stuff, and I came across those Beyonce hats from Formation, and I said, we need to do something with this. We need to take this and do something with that, and we just built off of that right there.
It was over for me. James, how did you all come up with you all's look?
So we just tried to make again 2.0. We wanted to, you know, I like stripes a lot. I love stripes. I felt like when I thought about a zebra, I thought like the stripes would look really good. I felt like the way you could dress a mess up with like the earrings and the finger pieces, hair, all of that would be really good. Originally we were all black and white, but I felt like it should be different, even if it's just some color. It should be different, which is why we went with like the white, the blue, and the red. And I feel like it contrasts really good.
Judges, score. It's the chopper. Give her a round of applause.
Who's that?
There we go.
Now we can.
Okay. I was so confused. I'm like, is that my computer? Yeah, so I felt like it contrasted really nice, and like once we was able to sketch it up and like shade it in to see how it would look really good. So like the vision came out perfectly. But I just wanted to do something different from the 3 fab mice. That was one of the first questions I asked, like, hey, it's 3 fab mice with a sickness shade and a walking stick. Do we have to do mice? And he was like, no, that's just the title of the category. So I feel like there was a miscommunication from the judges to productions because Law Roche felt like these should be mice, which was a little confusing to me because he was chopping people because they wasn't mice, but he also had 2 people battling that was not mice. So I was confused at what was really going on with Law Roche, but it was out of my hands. I was okay with the fact that I felt like we did good and I felt like we looked good, and I just left it there, honestly.
What I honestly think went on with Law Roche, I think they didn't explain to him that in Ballroom, when they asked for 3 blind mice, because the category was actually 3 blind mice at first, but they had to switch it to 3 fab mice because they didn't want to say 3 blind mice. I think they should have explained to Law Roche in Ballroom when they asked for 3 blind mice, that's just 3 people in unison looks, cohesively performing. Because he did not understand. He was thinking that you were supposed to come out there in actual mice.
Which still doesn't make sense because he still gave 10s to 2 houses that wasn't mice. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't run hand in hand with what he said versus what he did. I was like, but that's out of my control, so.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to say because it was really, it started to come off like they didn't see it for the House of West in that ball. Because it was like, what's going on? Because I'm looking at it from my perspective, thinking they just gave me 3 fab mice. Like, what's the tea? What happened? And now that you say, you know, it was definitely a miscommunication. I can see how that mix-up happened on the floor. But see, that's why you got to know what's going on when you're judging people. Because I'm just looking at it like 3 blind mice means a lot of different things in Ballroom. That could be 3 people on the floor battling at the same time. In performance, that's 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice is a chant. 3 blind mice in runway is exactly what you all served. So I think had he known a bit more,
Which is what I said about how it's going to affect ballroom, that like mainstream and people who's not so clear on what ballroom is going to like kind of tarnish and tackle certain spots of ballroom that's a little sensitive. Because he was so adamant about his chop. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but like he was like, it's a chop. Like, I don't see it. And it was like,
chop.
And it was kind of gagging at him, but like that kind of energy when you're not even really sure about what it is that you're judging, it looks really bad. So
thank you.
There has to be a better communication system.
Yeah. I could definitely see that disconnect because I'm looking like I don't know what you're talking about, Law, and I know that you know what you're talking about when it comes to fashion. So James, I gotta ask, I gotta figure out, I gotta see which one of my hearts is on. Now you all were the first to go home. So what do you want? And even before we get into what do you want people to know about the House of West, since you weren't able to show it in the remaining episode. When it came down to that last moment when the final battle had happened, and it seemed like the judges sided with BALMAIN because they could almost feel their energy a bit more, and they kept saying that they could feel, from what we saw, from what aired, that they could feel the father's energy, and he was just fighting for his kids. Why do you feel like that? Like there was a disconnect between the West and the judges, and what didn't they see? Why didn't they feel y'all? Because I got the passion. I feel like the last battle was a battle, and I'm gonna just say that. So it seemed like it got weighed on like your whole report card on the show, and not just that last battle, which that's what I thought it was supposed to be. And it kind of went more towards how we feel about this house versus how we feel about that house. So what can you say about that part of the decision making?
So for me, it was a little I don't want to use the wrong word. It was a little disgusting.
At this point, let it out. We only got 10 minutes left. Let it out.
Yeah, it was a little disgusting to me to know that somebody being emotional and crying shows passion. I don't feel like I have to cry to be passionate. I don't feel like I have to be sad to be passionate. I was honestly happy to be there in general, regardless of what the outcome was. I was extremely happy to be there, and I was blessed. And it was so many people in my house, let alone so many houses that wanted to be there. So I felt like win, lose, or draw, I did what I needed to do, and I felt good about it. So to hear the judges and the fact that I couldn't really respond to them, hear them say, I feel like he's passionate. And I'm like, but he's been crying since we got here. So like, at what point, like, is it just that he's sensitive or that he's trying to look for some type of compassion? Like, I'm not here for a pity party. I'm here to show my talent. So like, whether I'm passionate or not, if I'm giving you that talent, if I'm giving you that energy, and I feel like honestly we was robbed for a lot of our personality traits because they didn't show a lot of our personality on there. But I feel like honestly we had a lot of good energy when we was there.
Real quick, because I noticed in the first episode, I watched these episodes over and over and over and over and over again. I got my life. I didn't see any of the West personal stories, personal background stories, and I was very confused.
And
I didn't know what it gave.
Yeah, so we did a lot. Like everybody had home visits. We did a lot of recording, like in between. Like we talked about a lot of different stuff at the time where they had us sitting there. We chanted West and stuff. We talked about a lot of stuff, and all of that was like not there. I was kind of like, is it because nobody cried? Like, what is the problem? Because it seemed like everybody who had a focus cried. And I was like, everybody doesn't come from a broken home. Everybody doesn't come from a place where they had to be put out just because they wasn't accepted. My mother wasn't accepting to me, but she still had a roof over my head. And I shared this kind of stuff. And if I don't know why, but I'm glad I work with the people I have in my house, and we had the close knit that we had, because the way ballroom is set up and the way that we received that, it looked like it was all about me, and it wasn't. So moving forward, I know now to let people know, when you bring me and my family somewhere, this is not about me, this is about us, because we're a family. So when you go to show this and show our story, not my story. So I'm really happy that they wasn't in a place where they felt like, it's all about James, I'm over it. And then you have ballroom who might want to throw that in their face, and then you got to worry about them. Like, I feel like I can't shine here. Like, I don't have to worry about that. And I'm really, really happy that the people I deal with and I have in my family is like strong enough to push past that and know that I'm going to correct that wrong the next time around, because it was out of my hands, obviously. But I just feel like I was happy to be there. On the flip side, I do feel like the good thing is people seeing like how consistent we was from our performance from beginning to end. There was no stops, there was no pausing. We did what we had to do from beginning to end, and I feel like people are going to want more of that. So I thank HBO and Legendary for even allowing us to come there, because they gave us a platform to actually grow more with my house, and it's making people hungry for us because they wasn't able to see what we actually had to do, but they know for a fact that we have it. So that was I was happy. I felt like if maybe we did things wrong, I would be a little over it, because I feel like, oh, we could have did better, but I feel like we did our absolute best. So going home in the first episode was fine with me. Like I said, I was really happy to be there in general.
Work. And what do you want people to know about the House of West and what you all have in the future?
We are a house full of winners. So one loss, and it doesn't matter. It's like, you know, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. So we took that loss, and when it comes down to it, like, this is really, really just the beginning for us. And I say literally just the beginning. We've not even been a house for 2 years yet, and we have surpassed so many. So we are, like, I'm working on, like, talking to people, managers, building a resume for my house and myself, and making sure that we go to the next level.
That's right.
That's what you do. That's how you do it. And I think it's going to be dope for people to really see, because all this is going to do is catapult everybody in Ballroom's talents to a whole new stratosphere. And it's the respect. You know what I'm saying? It's that respect level that they know that when we come in a room, we hold weight.
For sure.
Now,
make people day. Like, when we come somewhere, I want somebody to be like, oh yeah, bitch, it's about to get fun. Like, they about to bring the energy. Like, I love that. The thought of that makes me so happy. Like, I love that when we came in, Eyricka, you know, we came in there, it was like, it's time to kick. We ain't here to be all, we got to be in these holding cells for a couple hours.
It was time to let your hair down, baby, and just be yourself.
I just wanted to be that. I just wanted to have that energy, and I wanted us to exude that energy in there, and we did.
And that's the energy that y'all brought.
It really is. It really is. I was sad. At the end of episode 2, I was sad. I felt the ways. And, you know, but we don't want to see anybody go. I just want to see everybody compete every week. But that's not the point of the game. Somebody has to win $100,000. Eyricka, what can you say? What does the House of Lanvin have in store for us on the show without any spoilers and things? What can we expect to see in these coming episodes?
A lot of us.
Work. Work.
A lot of us.
Heard enough.
A million more gags.
Come on now.
Look.
Yes. Word. I want to open it up for some questions. Any of our viewers that have any questions, let us know. There's like a little chat room. I want to thank you both for being here, for setting aside this hour out of your day.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
This was so much fun. How did I already ask y'all how the virtual premiere party was? Like, what was the tea? How was that?
The virtual premiere party was nice. I got drunk on camera. So, you know, I was there turning up, voguing down and cutting up. I had fun. I was happy to see all the cast all over again in the production team and a few other people that was on the live, but it was good.
Yeah, so anybody who knows me knows that I'm already not a club person. So the club made it no better for me. So I was like sitting there, like, I'm like dressed. I got dressed. I put on my hat. I'm like sitting there and I'm like, okay, what is this about? So once I started to get the idea of like what was really happening, I was like, okay, so I'm in a club. It's time for me to go. I just left. I couldn't do it. I don't like clubs, so it just.
And let me tell you, those hats are sick there. I need one. Give me one in pink.
I'll send you where to go. I'll send you.
I need one in pink.
She doing custom. She doing custom.
I'm trying to see if anyone has any questions, because y'all have answered all of mine. I won't have any more questions till I see episode 3, hopefully soon. Let me just think. Was there any other points that I didn't hit that I wanted? Y'all just let it all out. Oh, goodness. It was something you just said, James, that made me think. Yes, the episodes, I can answer this question. The episodes do come out every Wednesday, yes. They come out at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard and 12 a.m. Pacific time. What's the question on here? I got my little legendary cards. I'm trying to see. Where was it? I think we got through all of them, no shade. Okay, so here's the question. With everything going on during the production of Legendary, did any of you get a chance to actually absorb the experience while filming?
The whole filming was an experience for me in my house. It was an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate with like what you mean?
So like, were y'all lost in the moment, or were you able to like soak up that experience of, you know, being on set, having hair and makeup, having a budget for your looks, or was it like so much pressure that you kind of just got through it?
Yeah, so I was definitely able to absorb that experience. It was very different, which is why I said like I really enjoyed that experience, because I've never had like somebody provide a budget for my haircut or for what I want to wear, or like just waiting on me hand and foot. Like first of all, it was my first time ever getting makeup on my face. I'm like, you put a star. I need this foundation. Like they put this foundation on my face. I'm like, okay. So it was even like when I felt like, bitch, am I a celebrity? Like they walked up to me and was like, touch your face. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's do a little touch up. Like I felt cute, but like the experience was really dope. It was fun, and like I really liked that experience. So I kept thinking to myself, like, bitch, what if I'm like this 5 years from now, like all day? They're like, let me touch you up. I'm like, okay, I can get with this a little bit. So it was definitely.
I was like, baby, I could definitely get used to this, baby. No shade.
Okay.
I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay. It looked so much fun. I saw y'all back behind the scenes pictures and like backstage pictures, and it just looked like it was from my perspective, it looked like it was a ball every day. It looked like it was always something to be excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did y'all get to meet the judges?
Mm-hmm. But not like personally, but like on the stage. I don't know if they did after I left.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
On stage, like behind stage, we got to see them, say hi. We didn't hang out with them, but we were able to meet them. Yeah.
That's nice.
Can
That's so much fun. I think this is like,
Can I ask Eyricka a question?
Mm-hmm.
So Eyricka, I know after we left, like, well, even while we was there, actually, the shows was every 4 days. So how was it like preparing for those shows within like a 3-day time frame? Like having to get wardrobe, having to make up a routine, practice. Like, what was that like?
After y'all left, it went to every 3 days to us only having 2 days to come up with music, concept, wardrobe. So it got really crazy and hectic. It got crazy.
Oh my God.
2 days.
We had to come up with wardrobe, concepts, choreography, everything in 2 days, within 2 days. So that's when no sleep came into play.
Okay. And the other question I had, do you feel like with like all the interviews that we did about like, you know, what our strengths and our weaknesses was, do you feel like we kind of pointed out our weaknesses so that it can like put us in a little bit of fire, if that makes sense?
See, I think that's what happened. And I think that's exactly what happened. Like they was able to see your weakness. So they knew I really don't want to even like really say too much about that.
Yeah.
On this platform,
for me, I'll speak for myself. Yeah, I'll speak for myself. So for us, I feel like we told them that we don't walk runway, that we don't walk face, and the only person that like would do good with hair was Wilma, and she didn't do it. And I feel like that was like a way to say like, y'all in a little bit of fire because the one person who could have done this, you didn't do it. And yeah, so I feel like that kind of put us in like the hot seat, which is probably why we went home.
I can say, James, that for the second ball, I don't think. Right, that's what I wanted to say to James. I think for the second ball, y'all didn't really strategize the right way, because for me, if I was on y'all team, I would have said, let's send Destiny out for face and Wilma out for the hair whips, because that's what I was expecting for Wilma to come out and whip her hair. You know. So I think if y'all would have went about that differently, 100%. Which it was nothing wrong with what y'all did. It was, but Say that again?
No, we knew for a fact who would be better at. We knew that Wilma would be better for hair whips than anybody. So for us, I know we kept talking, but we didn't want to be predictable, and we wanted to also like get the full experience of trying something different. So that's why we went with Destiny doing hair whips, Wilma doing face. So like we knew what we should have done versus what we did. So we kind of like beat ourselves up about it afterwards, but we didn't want to be like expected at all. So a lot of stuff, like even with the stuff that we had plans to do in the future, was going to be like the people doing a lot of stuff that, you know. So yeah, that's what that was about.
I must say though, from the beginning, I thought that if the end battle at the finale would be the House of West and the House of Lanvin. So I used to tell my house, I was like, baby, we're gonna have to battle the West. So get ready. Because I know what James was giving. I know what he gave. So I thought it was gonna be us.
I did too. I really did.
Well, I really want to thank both of you all for taking an hour out, walking with us, answering my questions, each other's questions, and our viewers' questions. And I'm excited to see next week's episode. I know everybody is. Do you all have any last words before we end this live legendary breakdown?
No, I don't have, just, you know, just thank
you so much for
having you guys
me
turned
on. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
James.